Have you come across a situation when, as you start using Claude more frequently, your chats can quickly become scattered across different conversations? One chat contains your research, another contains your notes, and a third contains important instructions you've already shared with Claude. Wouldn't it be useful if all of that could be organized into a dedicated workspace that Claude understands and can use across multiple conversations? That's exactly what Claude projects are designed for. In this video, I'll show you what projects are, how they work, and when they can significantly improve your workflow. Let's get started. So what are Claude projects? Think of a project as a dedicated workspace inside Claude. Instead of having a single conversation, a project allows you to group together multiple chats, shared knowledge files, project-specific instructions. This means Claude can use the same context across multiple conversations within that project. Let us understand it with the help of an example. To create a new project, we need to select the projects from the left side pane, and then we need to click on the New Project label present on the right side of the screen. Then we need to provide some details such as name of the project, description of the project, and then click on the Create Project option. For now, let's create a test project. Once the project is created, then we will need to add the instructions. And for reference, we can also add some files. For example, if you want to create a project for job search, you can create the instructions for creating the cover letters, or you can also upload reference resumes. I have already created a project names as Job Search 2026, and I have provided some instructions which you can see on the screen. I can also upload my resume within this. For that, let us first create a resume. So I'm giving it a prompt to create a resume, as you can see on the screen. We will have to wait for some time for it to create the resume. We can see that it is now running the resume generation script. Once the resume is generated, then we can add that to the projects by clicking on the button, as you can see on the screen. Let's now move to the projects area to see that the resume has been added to the project. We can confirm from the screen that it has been added. Let's now see how can we use projects to keep context and use that. Let us now change our resume based on the job description. You can see on the screen that we have used a prompt. Tailor my resume for this senior Python backend developer role. It is making the modifications now. Resume generation is complete now. Let's now open it for a side-by-side comparison. Can you please see how the summary section has been changed? But here's where many people ask an important question. Can this not be done without projects? The answer is yes. You absolutely can. Without projects, I could simply paste my resume and the job description into a normal Claude chat and ask it to tailor my resume. Claude would still do a great job. So projects are not unlocking a new AI capability. They solve a different problem. So without projects, we will have to say, here's my resume, tailor it for this role. Then after some time, if we want any customization, we'll have to say, here's my resume again, write a cover letter. Then if we need more changes, we will have to share the resume again with Claude. Here's my resume again. Prepare interview questions. Notice what's happening? We are repeatedly providing the same information. Now let's look at the project version. I upload my resume once. Then I simply ask, tailor my resume for this role. In another chat, write a cover letter. In another chat, prepare interview questions. Claude already has access to the information stored in the project. You do not need repeated uploads. You do not need repeated explanations. You do not need repeated setup. Before we continue, it's important to understand the difference between projects and skills because they're designed to solve completely different problems. A project answers the question, what information should Claude know? A skill answers the question, how should Claude use that information? Think of it like hiring a career coach. The project is the folder you hand over. It contains your resume, your certifications, your portfolio, your career goals, your previous applications. In other words, everything about you. The skill is the expert reviewing that folder. For example, the project Job Search 2026 contains resume, certifications, portfolio, career goals. Claude can have skills like resume reviewer, cover letter writer, interview coach. Without the project, the skill doesn't have enough context. Without the skill, the project is just a collection of information. The project provides the knowledge. The skill provides the expertise. When you combine the two, Claude doesn't just know who you are, it knows exactly how to help you. That's what makes the combination so powerful. So here's the key takeaway. Projects don't make Claude smarter. Projects make Claude remember the information that's relevant to a specific goal. Whether that's job searching, software development, investing, content creation, or learning a new skill, projects help you stop repeating yourself and keep all your work organized in one place. If you're already using Claude regularly, projects are one of the easiest ways to improve your workflow. And if you're interested in learning more about Claude skills and advanced workflows, make sure to check out the next videos in this playlist. Thank you for watching this, and I will see you in the next one.